What's up everybody, welcome back to CR Visuals. In today's video, we're going to be doing something very different from what I usually do. I will be showing you guys the newly released iOS 14 beta. Yes, I know it's a little different from what we usually do around here, but I think this is an extremely important topic to talk about, especially for us photographers that use iPhones. So I'm just going to be giving you guys a rundown on the newest features and things you can be looking forward to once you update to iOS 14. So the first new feature I want to talk about is widgets. For those of you that do not know what widgets are, they are mini versions of specific apps that display a small amount of information on your screen at all times. And you can also interact with them. For example, here on my iPhone, I have two widgets. One is the weather app, and the other is a smart stack, which I will explain in detail in a second. This weather widget shows my current location at the top, the degrees outside, the forecast for the rest of the day, and for the rest of the week. This saves me a lot of time considering I don't have to actually launch the app to get all the information. It's all on your home screen. Now let's go back to that smart stack I mentioned earlier. Smart Stack is a combination of multiple widgets into one. As you can see here, I have two widgets stacked on top of one another. One being my Apple Music widget, which shows me the song that I've played recently, and the other my battery percentage. You can cycle through them by sliding the widget up and down. And the cool thing about the Smart Stack is that it gives you two options. So you can create your own stack by dragging a widget on top of another widget, or you can let Apple choose what they think is a priority at that specific time. So you're probably wondering, how do you put widgets onto your home screen? And it's honestly really simple. All you have to do is tap and hold on your screen and tap the plus icon at the top left corner, and it will give you all the widget options that you can add to your liking. So as you can see here, there's multiple different widgets you can choose from. You can tap and hold and then drag it onto your home screen to add it. So that's widgets. So the next new feature on iOS 14 is called App Library, which is kind of a ripoff of an app drawer on Android, but I'll explain. So this new feature is a new screen all the way to the right of your device. It displays all of your apps in categories such as social, entertainment, creativity, utilities, and so forth. And if you tap the search bar at the top, it displays all your apps in alphabetical order. I think this is pretty cool. It keeps all your apps organized and it doesn't make your home screens cluttered, so I like that. And I also like that they added it as alphabetical order. It just makes things super simple. So these were the biggest changes on iOS 14 that you can see right off the bat. But there are a whole bunch of other new things that they added that you either have to look for or that are hidden, but I'll explain those as well. These small updates are definitely a step in the right direction. Another change I want to talk about is picture-in-picture mode. So this is basically when you get a phone call or a FaceTime call, instead of it annoyingly taking up the entire screen of your phone when you get that call, it will now pop up at the top of your screen. You can continue to do whatever it is you're doing and dismiss the call by swiping up, or you can accept and answer right away. So now let's say you're on a FaceTime call. You can now swipe up from the bottom, and instead of it showing that you're on pause, the call will continue as it normally would, and you can still see the other person on the line. You know what that means, fellas. No more excuses about being on pause. In previous iterations, when you would launch Siri, it would take up the whole entire screen, just like your phone calls. But now with the new Siri, it's a pop-up that doesn't take up your whole screen. Siri pops up as a little animation on the bottom of your home screen. I personally really like this just because the design is much cleaner and it doesn't take up your whole entire screen. And there's also other things they've added to Siri. So obviously the normal things like she's smarter, she has better speech detection, can answer a lot more questions, understands more languages, and obviously it's faster. Next on the list, we have an Emoji Search Bar. To access this, head on over to your keyboard, and when you tap the emoji icon, a new search bar will appear, and instead of scrolling through all the hundreds of emojis just to find that one specific one, you can just type in simple keywords and find it a lot faster. This is really useful for me personally as well, just because I know there's sometimes you're looking for that one emoji, you keep scrolling, and sometimes you scroll all the way to the back of the list and you still can't find that emoji. So now you can just type in hot, or red, or tree, mad, anything you want, and emojis will pop up. You know what boggles my mind is that the list of compatible devices for iOS 14, look at this list: iPhone 11 and 11 Pro, 10s, iPhone 10, iPhone 8, iPhone 7, 6s, SE, and the iPod Touch. That is completely wild. So this update should be available to everyone in the fall, so around probably September time. There are a whole bunch of other useful features that they also added in iOS 14, such as pinned conversations, new Apple Map features, tons of new customizations for your emojis, and I know some people have an addiction with those. All in all, I think this was a really good step in the right direction. In previous years, Apple had been very locked down and didn't allow their users to customize as much. The only thing you could have done back then was either change your wallpaper, and honestly, that's all you could do. But now that they're allowing you to add widgets to your home screen, resize the widgets to your liking, stack widgets on top of one another, give you an app drawer, all those little things add up, and it's cool to see Apple open up a little bit. You pay $1,000, $1,000 plus to get an iPhone. You should be able to do whatever you want with it. I'm definitely pleased with this iOS 14 beta. If you guys want to download it for yourself, I'll leave the link for the download in the description below. Just make sure you back up your device before you do it and make sure everything is saved so that you don't lose any of your data. But that's it for today's video, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you like this kind of video. Obviously, it's not photography related, but like I said in the beginning, photographers mostly use iPhones, and I think these features would be useful for photographers and everyone. I had a lot of fun filming this. I hope you guys learned a lot. If you have questions, leave a comment, DM me on Instagram, whatever you want. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment what I should be doing next. And until next time, stay blessed. Peace.